Welcome to Florida Mint on Florida Men with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron, the podcast where Floridians discuss the crazy but true stories that always seem to take place in Florida.
Florida.
Oh,
I thought we were doing Sunshine State.
Sunshine State. Sunshine State is next month.
this isn't the Sunshine State Men on Sunshine State Man.
Wow.
That sounds like a
But
plumbing.
it might, maybe it should be.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would be
that's a mouthful.
SSMOSSM.
I think that means something else.
Yeah,
Does it?
Yeah.
that's a weird acronym already claimed by some other weird group.
Never heard of it.
What we got going on this week?
Our website is up
Yeah,
officially since a month ago.
yeah.
Nice.
So fmofm.com. That's how you can
How do you say it, though?
from off.
Cam?
Fumoff.
From
Greg?
off.
What?
So yeah,
Fmoff. I'll say it, too.
check it out if you're interested. fmofm.com.
Oh, you will be. You'll find some nice
Some
hidden
fancy stuff.
tidbits there.
Yeah.
Some clip art
Yeah.
of the baby dancing.
Original
Ooh,
clip
I
art
remember that.
from
Big Dan.
98 Windows.
Yeah, 98 Windows. That's how it's talked about.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how you say that, right?
I've got a small segment
Okay.
that I'd like to start with, like I normally do.
Yeah.
I call it the icebreaker.
Yeah. You are good at icebreakers. That's why I take you to all the parties.
Ah, okay. That's fine. I thought it was my general being good company.
No.
And you're dashing good
It's never
looks.
been that.
Oh, my dashing good looks. All right.
Yeah.
I'll continue. This segment is called Slang. Real old, real recent, or real.
Okay.
And actually, real means fake.
Oh, because they cancel each other out.
Real.
Real.
So that one's fake.
Okay.
Let me write that down.
That girl was a moistened bink if I ever seen one. What do you guys think?
I'm
What
gonna
what were the options again?
real old,
Real old,
Okay.
real recent,
real recent,
Or
or real
real.
means fake.
means fake.
I'm gonna go fake on that one.
That girl was a real moistened bink if I ever seen one.
I'm gonna say that's real old.
Real old. I actually don't know. That one, I was watching Monty Python.
So that's
Holy Grail.
real
and
old.
They said it in there.
Oh, so
I
it's
would
real-
go with real old.
Yeah, so Cameron gets that right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whenever that was produced, but it was old ancient days.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next. She was she normally dressed all crappily. See, I censored myself there.
Was the us part of the?
She normally dressed.
She normally dressed like crap, but now she was a shape and a drape.
Shape
now
and a
she's
drape.
a shape and a drape. I'm gonna go really old on that one. I think that's really old slang.
I'm gonna say that's. I would say that's recent.
A shape and a drape.
Yeah, shape and a drape.
Okay.
I think that's in a rap song.
Wow, that's possible. That's actually more of beatnik slang from the 50s and 60s.
Oh, so real old. I was gonna say if that was fake and you made that up, that's really amazing.
Shape and a
I'm
drape.
pretty creative.
She's
so
a shape and the drape.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shape and a drape.
Shape and a drape. Huh.
Okay, and excuse me, guys, mind the grease.
My mechanic has said that before.
Yeah.
Mind the
Yeah.
grease.
Yeah.
Where he says, "Don't come back here. I'm working on cars."
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys, mind the grease.
I'm gonna say real fake.
Real fake.
Yeah, I think that one's fake.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll do the same. Real.
Real fake. Real. Okay, yeah, real. No, that's actually 18th century.
Oh.
Okay.
When it was a crowded street and you were trying to get by.
Before they invented grease. Gotcha.
Excuse me, guys. Mind the grease.
No, you wouldn't say excuse me. That was actually used instead of excuse me.
Oh, mind the grease.
Yeah. Hey,
Wow.
mind the grease.
I'm gonna use that.
Mind the grease.
Mind the grease.
So far we've had 3 that are really old.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
None that are fake and none that are new.
That's possible.
There's a trend.
Okay. This one is, if you've watched Disney Channel,
I do.
then you may have heard it. That's so Jehovah Jireh. Right?
I'm gonna go with fake.
Okay.
That's so Jehovah Jireh.
Just close your eyes and then say it.
That's so.
Well, you said
Okay, never mind.
You said Disney Channel, not 700 Club. So,
Well, they did a crossover episode
oh, okay.
Okay.
featuring John Edwards.
So
way.
real recent then.
I didn't actually write anything else.
So we don't know the answer to that.
No, I just put Emergent Church ?
Rob Bell, shout out.
Actually, he's coming to Florida,
Is
Rob,
he?
Yeah, that, Orlando, right?
Orlando, and Tampa. Shout
Cool.
out Rob Bell.
Well, we've been getting quite a few headlines sent in on social media.
You could call it bombarded.
Josh, that
Bombarded
means that your segment's over.
with headlines.
That's
It
that's
is,
what
though.
Wayne just said.
Well, no, he said he didn't write anything else down. And we were just offending Rob Bell nonstop.
I mean, I did a caricature of both of y'all.
You drew a picture of us?
Yeah, but it's just two turds sitting there with microphones in their face.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
So we've been bombarded with headlines. Thank you guys very much, specifically on Instagram. So if you guys are listening and you are interested in having your headline either read aloud on the air or posted on social media, we are at FMOFM Podcast across all social media
Nice.
platforms. So speaking of headlines, Cameron.
Yeah, so I have one.
Okay.
This was sent to us by one of our listeners. This is from Sean from Winter Haven, Florida.
Okay. What's up, Sean? Thank you.
We've gotten so many that, we can't read them all on air,
Probably thousands.
but this one was too good for me not to read to you guys.
Let's hear it.
So
Let's hear it.
I'm not, usually I start with the headline.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to read the headline to you.
Oof.
Okay.
I like this.
The old
Mystery.
I'm just
180.
going to go right into the story.
Okay.
So two Florida men, two,
There's
Yeah.
two.
yep, a duo, are accused of breaking into their ex-boyfriend's house and using ragu pasta sauce to try to burn it down.
Ooh. Is it flammable?
It's the I think they have a hot and spicy.
It's a ragu.
I said, oh, there
There it is.
You heard-
Italian Cam.
You heard the
Welcome back.
It's a ragu.
So the two guys, Derek Irving and John Silva, this happened on March 13th. They were arrested for allegedly trying to break into the home and
Okay.
stealing several items from their home. So
Okay.
remember that this was an ex-boyfriend, the victim. But they stole from the house, allegedly,
Oh,
a flat screen TV, a window AC unit,
okay.
Oh,
and a vacuum.
Yeah.
that's just rude.
Yeah, I mean,
just-
take a man's TV. I understand that.
Yeah.
But leave him as air conditioning.
Yeah.
Good.
And
This
his
is Florida.
vacuum
We're
cleaner
talking about Florida.
house
yeah.
is just going to be dirty, hot, and entertainmentless.
Well, there's they probably made a mess taking the TV off the wall,
Yeah.
taking the AC out of
Yeah.
the window, and they're like, "This guy's not gonna be able to clean it up."
and then they tried to hide the evidence with ragu sauce.
Ragu, well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So they did try to cover their tracks in a way. There was a security camera in the house, which they must have known about because they threw a towel over it,
Okay.
which is what actually alerted the victim. So he called 911. And when the cops were getting there to the scene, they saw a red SUV leaving, so they pulled him over.
Okay.
The two men that were, later identified as Irving and Silva, they claimed that they were just picking up clothes from the house.
They had clothes in
Yeah,
there.
everything
SUV?
was normal.
So we used to date this guy. We went back to get our stuff.
Yeah, get back our stuff. Everything was normal except that Irving was wearing a bull costume.
This is
Sounds like a fever dream.
yeah. I feel
So-
like I've heard 5 stories crammed together in one to make a hits record.
I would love to see the picture of the bull costume because what does that even entail? Like maybe horns
And he's
or a full
Definitely. If not, it's a cow.
Yeah, I mean the full
Yeah.
cow costume
Yeah.
with horns.
With a wang. It's gonna have a wang.
these guys aren't into cow costumes.
No.
But if they tried to burn the house down with ragu sauce, there's probably a little bit all over the costume. So the cops are like, these guys are dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, they might have obviously tried to burn it down, then jumped into the cow costume. Because how I picture it is, it's a 2-man
Yeah.
cow costume. One guy's the
One
butt,
guy's the head.
one guy's the head, and they're sitting front seat. It's kind of leaned back. One guy's sitting in the back seat. It kind of resembles a camel until they get out.
Yeah.
And then it's
they
a
roll
bull.
down the window and the cop's like, does it smell like ragu in here?
And I go, nuh-uh, not on our bull costume.
So we need to guess the headline now.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to the ragu.
Okay.
So the cops go into the house
Okay.
and they found a burning pot of ragu sauce and a washcloth near the burner stove, or the stove's burner.
Okay.
So that was their effort to start a fire. So they apparently thought the washcloth
Like
would,
an Italian Molotov cocktail. So
Yeah,
they dripped the
exactly.
rag into the pot of pasta. They lit the rag, and then it
Yeah.
was supposed to carry its way up into the pasta
Okay.
sauce. I don't know. Guys,
you know
I'm at
me.
a complete
You know
loss.
I'm ever the optimist, right?
Okay.
I'm thinking they come in. They're
Okay.
like, "Look, we want to do something nice for our ex-boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
We know he loves comedy. Let's put on a bull outfit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're gonna clomp into the house, dance for him, make him a pot of spaghetti.
Yep.
Yeah.
maybe." And they left the rag there by accident.
well, their whole thinking was if they set it up like this, then it would look like the
It's super
victim
confusing.
wasn't accidentally set the house on fire. We're trying to make pasta. But I have a
Okay.
quote from the victim.
Okay.
Okay.
So the victim says, quote,
Okay.
"He was trying to make it look like I left the stove on,
Uh-huh.
but who gets up at 2 a.m. and fixes sketty?"
Sketty. Okay.
Sketty.
Okay.
Spelled Sketty.
Love
You-
this
You didn't
guy.
have to spell it for me.
I love this guy.
I think it was clear as day.
Yeah, but I feel bad now because he's obviously a cool dude. Now he's
Yeah.
got no air conditioner.
You're
His
not
house has
gonna
been all
gotcha
messed
me.
up.
Then he's
Yeah.
not a cool dude, amen?
No,
Who doesn't wake up at 2 a.m. to make sketty?
Yeah.
he's sweating.
Yeah. You gotta braise the onions
Yeah,
and cook them till they're soft.
right.
Yeah.
Everything
you
is
get up
going to get
early.
to know each other in the pot.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: who's sweating more, the two dudes in the bull costume,
Okay.
I would
or
say that
Sketty lover with no air conditioner and a house full of hot sauce?
yeah,
It
that's
sounds
tough.
it sounds like it's a prank bro gone wrong.
Yeah.
So these two guys show up. One of them, the rear end, takes their job too seriously, kicks the window AC out, kicks the TV off, and says, "We just broke these. We need to go get this guy some new ones."
Yeah.
You know what'll make him feel better if he wakes up like
And his
everybody
vacuum's gone.
That's
wants
good.
to wake up to
And they
with
leave.
pasta.
Here come the cops messing up the plan.
Yeah.
Well, the two Silva and Irving were arrested for unarmed burglary, grand theft, and arson.
Oh.
So Silva is being held on $25,500 bond.
Okay.
Irving is behind bars without bond. But
Wow.
this
Irving-
He must have been the head.
He was the head.
This happened in March though, so they might be out by now and running around again as a bull.
Yeah.
So now
Stealing
we can guess
vacuum
the headlines.
cleaners.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Wayne.
Two men
Okay.
break into ex-boyfriend's house in a bull costume and try to burn it down with spaghetti sauce.
All right, pretty close. Yeah.
Okay. Mine is bull kicks TV and window AC and fails to produce delicious pasta.
That's a better headline actually.
Yeah, what do you
So
got?
we'll just call that the headline.
Okay.
You want me to read the real one?
Yeah.
Florida men,
Oh.
one disguised in bull costume, allegedly tried to burn down ex-boyfriend's home with spaghetti sauce.
I love it.
Wow.
I mean, what do you say in prison? You know, when they're like, "What are you in for?"
I mean, I'm pretty hard, guys. I wouldn't mess with me.
Well, I was in a bull costume,
Yep.
burning down my ex-boyfriend's house with spaghetti sauce.
Y'all know how flammable that ragu is?
Yes, it is.
You're talking about an Italian Molotov cocktail?
Yep.
An Italian.
Do you want to mess with me?
No,
I mean, by their last names, you can tell they're obviously Italian.
Silva, and what was the other one?
Irving.
Irving.
Silva.
Irving. Yeah,
An Irving. An Irving and a Silva.
you know the Irving mafia family. We know so much about. It's so dangerous. So I've got a story. It involves a man who is named Robert Babson.
Okay.
And it may sound familiar because
Does he dress up in bull costumes?
he may, but there's a
'Cause-
city in Florida called Babson Park.
Nope. No, there isn't.
Wow. So that's
Not
Case
familiar.
closed.
you're not are you sure?
Story's over.
All right.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah,
Nice
sorry.
try.
I thought that was a real city.
We don't want to take away from the real story of ragu.
No.
It's a
Speaking-
ragu.
It's Samaria.
No,
Right?
no.
Yeah, that was the Nintendo 64 when you turned it on.
Thank you. That's exactly what that was.
All right, go ahead.
Okay,
July
go.
6th,
Babson.
1875.
Yep.
Roger Babson was born in Gloucester, Massachusetts.
Well, red flag.
Red flag.
Yep.
Josh, this podcast.
You didn't have to
called-
throw it out.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts,
man.
If we can, pause the podcast.
Okay, sure.
Okay, hold on.
And I want to show you all a video.
Sure.
All right.
It's
Let me
of Japanese
pause
guys.
it.
Hold on. Of Japanese guys. Let's tell the listeners what we're pausing the podcast for.
Okay.
Google Japanese guys pronounce Massachusetts.
Okay. So we're going to
And
pause
then
it.
tune back in. Don't not tune back in.
Yeah, we're going to pause the podcast, watch the video, and then come back.
Okay. Get ready.
Pause.
And pause.
Guys, I don't think this episode's going very well.
No.
Clearly not.
No.
I don't like all the pasta talk.
Too much talk about pasta and Japanese folk.
It makes me uncomfortable.
I tried to come up with some funny lines.
Yeah.
Nothing. Drew a blank.
All right.
Okay.
that's good.
And let me unpause this.
And
Real
we'll
quick.
laugh while we watch the video.
Yeah. Click.
Massachusetts.
What a great video, Josh.
Well, I only show you the best.
So Roger Babson was from Gloucester, Massachusetts. His family had a very long history in the area. He was the 10th generation Babson to be born in Gloucester, Massachusetts.
So they own the town.
Basically. They've been around for a bit. His father owned a little shop, and this is kind of where Roger grew up hanging out. It's what you would call like a mom and pop shop. They sold just general store, all kind of different stuff. And so
So it was a general store.
yeah,
just say that.
yeah, I guess you're right. It's a general store. But
Is it CVS?
no,
Okay.
No.
independently owned.
Is it CBS?
They weren't super wealthy,
Babson.
but his dad knew a lot about money and numbers, and so he taught a lot to Roger about how to make money, how to invest. And so Roger kind of came up through grade school just knowing a lot about investments and math and business.
Like we do.
Well, yeah, like any elementary schooler.
Right, exactly. And so it was kind of known that, or just figured that he would go into some kind of schooling and become a decent businessman. But around the time that he was going to leave for college, tragedy struck the family. His 3-year-old sister in 1893 drowned in the river behind their house.
Wow.
That is sad.
Yeah. So
she had 3 years of practice swimming in that thing.
and then didn't do so well.
Yeah. And then kerplunk.
So Roger Babson was 18 when that happened, and it really messed with his head because he basically gave up his dreams of going.
You see this guy? Just look over there. He's so red.
Cameron shaking right
He's
now.
red like an
Sorry.
apple.
Like
a red
he
delicious.
basically gave up his dreams of going to college.
No time for laughing while the story's being read, Cameron. Let me get back to my
I
story.
wasn't expecting you to say kerplunk when we're talking about a tragic event of a 3-year-old
We're, si-
drowning in the river.
we're sitting here
don't know
playing
what's
the game
wrong with this man.
kerplunk.
Well, you have to make it lighthearted, or else it's going to get depressing.
In front of us, listeners,
Well, I think we were already there.
we have the game Crossfire.
Yeah.
We have the game kerplunk. And
We have to
then
keep things exciting.
the game Let Go My Sketty.
Yeah. So it took a toll on him when his sister passed away, and he basically said he was done with school. He wasn't going to pursue any sort of degree whatsoever, and he got really depressed. And so he's 18, and his entire life has just kind of shifted, and he can't really get over it. But his dad, being so hardworking and so just in general really focused on success and his career, said, "No, you're going to go to school," and he ends up going to MIT, which is
Heard of it.
Yeah, sure, exactly.
Probably back then.
That's a pretty
though,
good
it
one.
Probably wasn't that big of a deal.
Well, he went from not going to school at all to going to MIT, and so it's a drastic change. But when he gets there,
Did you say it's a Jurassic change?
Jurassic as in Jurassic Park,
Okay, I just want to make sure
or Jurassic?
I'm doing the transcription for this episode. I just want to make sure I get the words right.
So he ends up succeeding and doing really, really well in school. And but what was interesting is his freshman year at MIT, he becomes incredibly obsessed with Sir Isaac Newton.
Okay, was he? Yeah, was he a sir still? I mean, I don't even know.
Yeah, I
when
don't
Isaac
think that
Newton
ever leaves you.
existed. Doesn't?
Tell us a little bit about Sir Isaac Newton, Josh.
Okay, I guess.
Putting you on the spot.
He was a sir,
Okay. Check.
and he loved science.
Yeah. Oh,
Dedicated his life to science.
that was the two things he was known for.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you type in on the Google,
Yeah.
The Wikipedia, that's all it
yeah,
says.
it's gonna
He's a
say,
sir,
Yep.
comma, love science.
Love science, and then it's gonna say case closed.
Yep.
Yeah, so he becomes obsessed with this guy. He rarely leaves the library. He's always reading, writings by and about Sir Isaac Newton. And he ends up, doing really well at MIT and making great grades. But he's kind of become known for that kid who just loves Sir Isaac Newton.
Okay, like Greg and R.L. Stein.
Exactly like Greg and R.L. Stein.
Loves Goosebumps.
Greg can name every Goosebumps book from start to finish. Even the ones that have the alternate endings where you can choose your own ending.
I don't think even the ones. I think
Especially.
especially.
He loves choosing his own ending.
If anybody remembers Goosebumps books, it's Choose Your Own Adventure ones.
Yeah, I gave up after the first time I got a boring ending. I didn't read anymore.
Oh, I just kept feeling the cover. Felt so good.
So he graduates from MIT towards top of his class, doing really well. Starts his own business, which is basically an investment firm. And within a couple years, he's a multimillionaire.
Oh,
Wow.
money was different.
That'd
back
been
then,
quick. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I've been trying for years and still haven't got there.
This is, to put it in perspective, it's in the year 1900. So he's a multimillionaire back then.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
He's
yeah.
a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, he's got a lot of money. He did well for himself.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it is kind of like an awesome story. His dad owns a general store, but teaches him everything that he knows, and he goes on to be really successful.
Can of beans cost this much?
Thanks, Dad.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to school and make you proud. Millions of dollars later,
Selling beans?
he marries his wife
No.
named Grace
It's a good
Margaret
person
Knight.
to marry. Amen.
Yeah, yeah, amen.
Solid choice.
Hopefully, there's no spaghetti
It's like it was
involved
destined.
in their relationship. So he's living on top of the world. Everything's going really well. However, that same year,
So now he's moved to the Arctic?
no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, on top of the world. I get it.
Okay, getting literal here.
He's really happy
Okay.
with his wife, and things are going really well. But he comes down with what he thought was a cold that he couldn't get rid of, and so he is continuing to travel and focus on his business and not resting. But a couple months later, he's sicker than ever, and so his wife insists, like, "Hey, let's go to the doctor. We got to see what's wrong with you. You're not getting better." And back then, if something really bad happened to you, like your family members and the doctor would try to keep it from you.
Okay.
They didn't like
So
giving bad
honesty
news.
was
So
not
HIPAA law was different back then.
Well, yeah, and
Yeah.
hippo
They
law?
tell every
HIPAA law.
They
HIPAA
tell
law, yes.
everybody except for the patient.
Yeah, it's basically because if you have you ever seen? I think it was the King's Speech when he gets, I think he has cancer or something, and they're like, "Don't tell him."
Okay, spoiler alert, everybody.
yeah, wow.
If you haven't seen the King's Speech,
Yeah.
we're going to
Yeah.
have to put a warning at the intro of this.
On the title,
Take that off my
spoilers-
Netflix list
Spoilers
now.
for the King's Speech. So his wife and doctor try to shield him from the truth, but eventually he finds out that he has tuberculosis.
Okay.
And so it's not just a mild case; it's consumed one of his lungs, and it's kind of working its way through the other. So he's not doing very well. And the thing about tuberculosis is it's inflamed. It's worse in cold environments, and they're living in Massachusetts. And so the first thing his wife says is, "We've got to move down south. We got to find somewhere else to live."
Good wife.
Yeah, good
I know where they
wife.
should go.
Yeah. If she would have said
Texas,
go,
maybe.
Texas, if
Louisiana.
she would have said go up north, you'd been like,
She wants him dead for his money.
Yep.
Maybe
But
Mexico.
Arizona.
Guys, you get close to that equator,
Yeah.
sun's right there.
Tuberculosis is
I've
gone.
heard that.
Yeah.
I've always said that.
Yeah,
You
it's
get close
dead there.
to the equator, tuberculosis, kaput.
Eliminated.
The sun's right
Goodbye.
I hope he got real close, because if not, that tuberculosis is probably going to be there the rest of his life.
He ended up in Florida.
What was that?
Yeah, Lake Wales, Florida.
Oh, wow, that's right down the road.
That sound came from like the AC vent.
1922, he ends up in Lake Wales. You know how excited I get about Lake Wales.
I do.
So he's a very smart man. He's very intelligent, and he's even known to have revolutionized areas in banking and investment. But when his little sister drowned back in the day, kerplunk.
God, you had to bring that up.
Can we add the kerplunk sound effect? Nice.
Thanks, Greg.
Cameron, you try. It's tough to do it on the spot.
There we go. Josh.
I'm all dry mouth over here. Hold on.
Give it a shot. Oh, that was deep.
That was a little deep, yeah.
You guys know my cheeks are solid.
Yeah, the baritone cheeks.
Cheeks on both ends. Solid cheeks on both ends.
That's so true.
Who knows? Who knew that was going to make him cackle?
Glute master, yeah.
Glute
I've
master,
always said
yeah.
that about you.
Solid cheeks.
Yeah. He never really recovered mentally from that. That was like his, it shook him. And so now he's working a really stressful 14, 15 hours a day to keep his business
No vacations.
running.
Yeah.
He's got tuberculosis, for crying out loud. Just to clarify, moving south doesn't cure you of tuberculosis.
Oh.
It just makes it easier to cope with.
Thanks for
stop the
getting our
flights.
hopes up.
Well, this is a medical podcast, so I like to make sure that we are on point.
That's what I put us under when it said categories to put your podcast under.
Yeah.
I put medical, factual,
Agricultural
agricultural, and then spiritual.
and ragu.
Well, the spiritual
yeah.
one's true.
And cooking
Yeah.
Italian specific.
So he basically, all of that is kind of a melting pot. It's a recipe for disaster. So his disease, his sister passing away, his depression, and his wife notices that he's still obsessing over Sir Isaac Newton. Okay, and what's interesting, this has been it's been decades, right, since he has discovered Sir Isaac Newton.
What's the longest thing y'all have obsessed over?
I can't say it on there.
Oh, okay. Cam Dad.
There was one time
Oh, here we go.
that I had these tacos
Yeah.
that were just so good.
Where are they from?
I can't tell you that.
We know. Listen, we both know those tacos were actually apples.
Yeah, God, he
Listen.
loves apples.
I'm tired of you guys making fun of me about my apples.
This guy.
Literally 3 minutes before going live on air, he was eating Apple Jacks like a savage, fist in the box.
Had no idea. He had no idea either.
It's so good. Roger
me?
Babson. Yeah.
Let's see. Probably.
What are you obsessing over?
Probably. I got into crawfish real hard.
Yeah.
Did you say CrossFit?
Can you tell
Yeah.
by my baritone, hard cheeks? Crawfish.
Okay.
That's it.
They're delicious.
Oh, I wasn't into cooking and eating them. Savage.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You mean just like drawing
Just
pictures?
raising them.
Just drawing pictures.
Yeah.
Reading stories.
A couple aquariums full of crawfish.
Crawl Daddy.
There's not a lot of kid stories about crawl daddies.
No. Well done. Good for you, man.
I didn't accomplish anything, but thank you.
No, I think it's
Once you guys are done listening to this episode, check out Josh's podcast on crawfish.
Crawl Daddy Kids.
Crawl daddy kids.
Yeah, he's also
Hurry. Buy the .com before we end the.
yeah. CrawlDaddyKids.com.
No, .me.
So he would Roger Babson would go out around town, and he would start finding ways to bring up this really weird anonymous threat that he felt was basically coming after all of mankind. So they're in Florida now. He's still obsessing about Sir Isaac Newton. He's still bummed out about his family tragedy. He's got this disease, and he would be at a bar. Having drinks with folks. He's rich and famous. Keep that in mind. So he's talking to other rich and famous people, and he would just be like, "Look, there's this thing coming for us, and we got to get ready. It's coming for all of us.
It's the rapture.
We can't beat it. Yeah, we can't defeat it. We got to get ready."
Yep.
And he's getting really, Kirk Cameron, into the
Left
world.
behind Tim LaHaye.
Yeah, right. So people are going, "All right, dude, like we get it."
Yeah, all right, dude, just buy the drinks.
Well,
Shut up.
he would never tell anybody what the threat was. He would never say, like, this is what it is. He was just saying, I'm going to find the answer to it, so don't worry, I got the solution.
Okay, what did he say? It's unspoken?
In Babson, we trust.
It's unspoken, and Babson we trust. So what he does at this point is he hires 3 individuals to come in and start requesting and researching patents that have been filed through the U.S. Patent Office.
Okay.
The thing about the U.S. patent system is that after 18 months, at least back then, they became public knowledge.
Alrighty.
So you could request them, read through them, see what people were filing. And he wouldn't tell them what they were looking for. He would just give them keywords
Makes it difficult.
to kind of search through. Exactly.
Yep.
So he would say, look for any precious alloys,
Okay.
partial insulators, or materials that could absorb the fundamental source of the universe.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
So we're hoping someone used those keywords.
Could you imagine?
Let me put those into Google, see what comes up real quick.
Sheesh.
Well, they don't even have any way to search back then except for just hard copies.
Yeah, Cam.
Hundreds and hundreds.
I'm saying to
child of the
satisfy my
internet.
curiosity right now.
Don't do it.
Don't do it right now. Because you're going to come up with some weird stuff. Plus, it's going to spoil the episode. All right.
It's true.
I'll keep it to myself.
So with all this research going on and him getting stranger and stranger, Roger Babson finds out, again, tragedy has struck his family.
Okay.
And
Depressing. It's a depressing night.
they're in Lake Wales.
Oh, jeez.
That's depressing as is.
Yes.
Yeah.
We love you like whales.
Yeah, we do love you, Lake Wales. Cameron's a jerk.
Yeah. We don't love Cameron.
His grandson drowns in the lake.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So,
Okay, obviously the threat's water.
Yeah, no sound effects needed. Oh, there.
Kerplunk. We may want to put a warning at the beginning of this episode.
trigger warning.
Drowning and kerplunk.
No, it's really sad. So, his sister
It sounded heartfelt.
dies the same way, and then his grandson dies the same way. So keep in mind, he's already a little bit kooky. Like, he's a little bit out there. This pushes him over the edge. He says, you know what? No more secrets. We've done enough research. I'm going to have a press conference.
Okay.
I'm going to announce the threat that's coming after us, the threat that's going to basically end all of humanity.
I got it.
Okay.
He wants to invent waterproof lungs.
Okay. Maybe. We're one paragraph away. What do you think,
Is this the
Cameron?
man that invented a life raft?
Oh.
Or
It's something
maybe
water related.
A life jacket?
All right.
Because
Well,
tuberculosis probably is like fluid in the lungs.
okay.
He's
Okay.
got 2 kerplunks.
Lots
Yeah.
of water going on.
All right.
He's in Lake Wales, which is weird.
Yeah.
Roger
Lots
Babson.
of press, I'm sure, at that press conference in Lake Wales.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure they're super curious.
Well, keep in mind though, he's very wealthy and he's connected. He's a connected individual.
I wrote that down at the beginning of
Yeah,
this.
but he also owns an investment company, so he's investing money for a lot of rich and influential people.
Kerplunk
So, well,
Enterprises.
investments.
A lot of them are showing up, probably going, "This guy's managing my money. He's going to rambling
yeah.
on about all this crazy stuff." So, at the press conference, he declares, Roger Babson says, "We need, as humanity, to declare war on mankind's greatest threat, gravity."
Okay. I think you misspoke.
Yeah, that's... Back up.
So he says,
Let's give him one more
that-
chance to get the word right.
Sure. Let me try it again. Excuse me. Robert Babson declares at the press conference war on mankind's
War.
greatest threat,
Okay.
Yes.
gravity.
Uh,
Roger
What?
Roger Babson
Are we
has
talking modern time gravity? Like as we know it?
yeah, for all of mankind. He has spoken for all of mankind. He has declared war for us,
For everyone.
for everyone on gravity.
Don't worry, all you billions of people.
Yes.
I got this.
Yeah.
He's confident.
I don't want to fight a war against gravity.
No.
I don't want
I
my
fought
tax
that war.
money to go towards a war against gravity.
I don't want to fight. I always say fight war no mo.
Fight war, no mo.
I've always said that. You guys know that.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I never encouraged you to continue saying that.
I know. He has a presentation, and it is entitled "Gravity: Our Enemy Number One."
Okay.
Wow, this guy's
Hour.
serious.
He's
Everybody's
super
like,
serious.
"Hour?"
Yeah, and so he explained that the grudge traced back to his childhood when his sister drowned in a swimming, in quotation marks, accident.
What?
In a
He
swimming
quoted
accident.
Oh, he's thinking
He's saying like
gravity did this
It was
on purpose.
right, exactly. He says, "Yes, they say she drowned, but the fact is." She was unable to fight gravity, which came up and seized her like a dragon and brought her
wow.
down to the bottom.
He used the D word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Did that help with his credibility? That he said dragon?
well, I wonder how his family feels when he goes, "Yeah, I know you're saying it was an accident."
Yeah.
Because that's kind of a, I don't know, that's a jerk move.
Yeah.
He says, gradually, I discovered that gravity is not only directly responsible for millions of deaths each year,
Okay.
but also for millions of accidents.
Okay.
Broken
okay.
hips and other broken bones.
I think he should have started with not only is it millions of accidents, but millions of deaths.
That is true.
Why start with the most drastic one and then lighten the load?
Gravity does kill a lot of people, but it also makes life really inconvenient for some people,
Yeah,
too.
can you believe it?
I don't like it.
Some people ruin their supper.
It does seem like swimming lessons would be a cheaper solution. He's declaring war on gravity. Okay, so and also to put it in perspective, he's spending a ton of money on research. So he's not just going around preaching, hiring guys
That's good to know.
hiring guys to search through patents. He is spending a ton of money to try and fix the issue of gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah, which the major threat from gravity is maybe falling down.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I would not associate drowning with that was gravity.
Yeah.
No, it was probably
Right.
the water
Well, probably yeah,
and
exactly.
the inability to swim.
For him,
Okay.
he never recovered at 18, and so I think he was probably mentally unstable, but so successful that everyone was just like, oh, okay, well,
Let's go with it.
let's go. Yeah, right, exactly.
Gravity made me fall down and skin my knee bows.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I'd hate
Yeah,
to
he
be
did.
like his test subject. All right, I think I got it, guys. I'm going to push you out this two-story building. Don't worry, though. I think I solved it. right in this region.
If you don't fall down and die, we've done it.
It's a success, brother. Have we started a fire?
Finished the war.
Well, he says he actually addresses the whole swimming situation.
Okay.
And he says
They
there
must
are,
have saw their faces when
yeah,
he
he's
said
like,
that.
I know what you're thinking. You're kind of pissed. I brought you out here for nothing. But he says there are thousands of such accidents every summer,
Yeah, no doubt.
notwithstanding the fact that most boats carry life preservers, which I call anti-gravity devices. If these,
He's literally the only one
yeah.
to call them that.
If these would be more freely used,
Oh, gosh.
deaths from drowning would greatly be reduced. But most people, especially good swimmers, think that it is a sign of being sissified to use these devices for fighting gravity.
Okay.
Okay, so I just want to back up. He does use the term sissified.
Yeah, to fight
That's
the
pretty common.
gravity dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say
Here's my life vest. Oh, gravity dragon, back
Yeah.
off.
if you saw someone using a life reserver or anti-gravity machine, yeah, first thing come out
Every
of my
time.
Look at him over there,
mouth, bright red,
not wanting to drown.
sissy
Hey,
flotation.
you can't swim? That's what I always
you can't
say.
paddle your arms.
So no one in the scientific community wants to help him with this.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I'm surprised. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
they're just like,
I'll join this fight against everything that
Yeah.
keeps us on the planet.
And while we're at it, we want to withdraw our money from your investment
Yes.
firm. We don't trust you anymore. But he's obviously acting out of grief, and he's super rich, and he continued to push this. He starts hiring more and more people to try and solve this solution to gravity. That he eventually starts his own research foundation.
What an easy job, though.
Man, I'd take that job.
I
so
mean,
quick.
yeah. I would pose as a scientist to say, you know what, boss? I think if you give me a solid 2-year salary,
Yeah.
I could probably find
Nip this in the bud.
a way to fight the gravity dragon.
It's probably what happened. I mean, he's hiring tons of staff.
Oh, yeah.
And not getting upset with them. He's still hiring more. And his solution is, well, it's not that they're not working on an impossible solution. It's that I don't have enough staff members.
Is this
So he
like
keeps-
a work from home situation?
Yeah.
Because this sounds like the perfect
Yep.
job opportunity.
Yeah, you're going to love my research. It's coming.
it's coming.
It's coming.
So he starts an organization called the Gravity Research Foundation.
Okay.
Here he uses the staff that he's hired
Naturally.
to research and train new students on the dangers of gravity.
Which I'm sure they were aware of since birth.
Yeah. And I just picture them being like really radical about it. Like they all got skin knee bows and elbows, and they're
Yeah.
all like, "We hate gravity."
Yeah. Shirts and stuff.
Yeah,
and
we're gonna-
banners.
yeah, they're protesting. They're super upset.
I'm just going with the Nebos. I'm tired of fighting y'all.
Thank you. It's been like 5 episodes.
Yeah, it's been a long
I'm really
time.
glad you gave in.
Yeah.
The war is over.
2 versus 1 over
We
here.
thought the war was against gravity, but it's really been about Josh finally giving in to Nebos.
Yeah, something's not real. I typed it in Google. Nothing came up.
Well, that's going to change after this episode.
Okay.
Now that we're all three on the same page.
Hashtag Nebos.
Hashtag Nebos. Sadly, Robert Babson never lived long enough to see his dreams fulfilled.
Well, just throw it out there.
I'm going to. On
Neither
March
has
5th,
anyone.
On March 5th, 1967, he drowned in the pool.
Don't
Behind-
even
I'm
say
just kidding.
that. Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding.
Gravity.
He did die though. 1967, but he didn't
I
drown.
could see him, the deep end, shaking his fist.
just so angry.
Somebody's like, "Oh, Sissy didn't want no life preserver."
And he's like, "It's anti-gravity machine."
Well, he did want one life preserver. That's why, because he would. But here's the interesting thing: after his death, the Gravity Research Foundation, until seriously, right now, present day, lives on.
Okay.
They're
Old
still
GRF.
they're still doing stuff. But after Babson's death, the Gravity Research Foundation released a statement saying,
jeez.
"We are enemies no more."
Okay. They stopped the fight. To honor his legacy, we've accepted his financial backing.
Yeah, exactly.
And have stopped.
We've been funded for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
We no longer hope to rid the world of gravity. So after Babson's death, the institution basically downsized, and it became an annual essay contest. At first, they wanted to honor his
really
wish-
hit a low.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted to honor his wishes, and you had to write an essay about how to stop gravity. That lasted for like 8 years, and then they were like, "Okay, if you just write an essay on gravity, you could win an award. It's like $4,000. I think they gave you."
I'm pretty sure John Mayer wrote the song for
Let's
that.
hear
He
it.
did. Let's hear it, Cameron.
Greg, insert.
No. Cam, he knows and loves John
He
Mayer.
loves it. Well, here's what's interesting. There have been at least 7 Nobel Prizes in physics
Okay.
that have been awarded to people who also won the essay competition from the Gravity Research Foundation.
Okay.
So it produced some amazing scientists, one being Stephen Hawking.
Wow.
Okay.
So the organization
Will Smith.
has also constructed a monument in Robert Babson's honor
Oh.
that can be found in Tampa.
I've seen it. It's got like a floating apple, right?
That's Sir Isaac Newton.
An apple. Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh,
this
he's
is-
so
yeah.
horn raw for apples.
This is a monument in Robert Babson's honor, and it states that this monument is to remind students of the blessings forthcoming when science determines what gravity is, how it works,
okay.
and how it can be controlled. And you can go see that right now. It's in Tampa.
So they also didn't honor Babson.
Well, because when you first start reading it, it kind of seems like they're going to say and how it can be defeated,
Uh-huh.
but it says how it can be controlled, which is still a bit
Controlled.
Yeah, I mean, but some
By
interesting-
submitting to its power.
By not going to the moon.
by
where
just
there is
giving
no
up and
gravity.
being normal. Yeah. Some interesting facts about Babson, though, is he's also the founder of Weber International University in Babson Park, Florida.
Okay.
So and he also founded Babson College up in Boston. So
Nope.
I haven't heard of that one.
Doesn't ring a bell.
well, the
No,
thing,
that's not a Florida.
well, that's true.
institution.
So here's one last interesting fact. I'm going to close with this, with every head bowed, every eye closed.
Okay. Actually, can you add Traveling Mercies for me?
Traveling Mercies, I will. So
thank
Robert was also one of the first people in the 1920s to predict the stock market from crashing,
Okay.
or to predict the stock market crashing. When he was asked by his fellow businessmen why he thought a crash was imminent, he is quoted as saying, "It's quite easy. What goes up must come down," which is
okay.
Sir Isaac Newton and the apple.
Wow.
The
Fell out-
apple.
Fell out of the tree and bopped him on the head. Apple, you say?
Apple, eh?
So, guys, if you hate this podcast, make sure and check out fmofm.com.
And leave a review, a positive one. Now show us how much you hate it.
Yeah. iTunes 5 stars means you hate it.
Yep. Also,
and
5 stars if you love it.
Leave
Let's
us a
be
review.
Contradictarians.
Let us know what you think about Cameron's Apple addiction.
Apples, eh?
Jeez.
Can you say apples with an Italian accent?
Apples. that was a stretch. That
That took a high.
Ooh, that
was
didn't feel
really
natural.
good.
They must not have apples in Italy because
No.
Apple.
no.
Do
We found his defeating.
I got it. Hold on.
Okay, one more time.
Apple spaghetti.
There it is.
There it is. Now I'm
Perfect
hungry.
Italian.
Now I'm hungry.
Wow. It's been a great week.
It has.
John Mayer, play us out.